a beautiful but brisk morning here. We're hoping to get some things knocked out today in this room. Rob's actually at the store right now getting insulation, some stuff to do the electrical in here, and drywall. So I don't know how much of that will get done today. Hopefully we'll put a big dent in this progress of this room. But before we do that, I wanted to show you something that we think we discovered when we were knocking down the plaster and lath in here in the closet. So this closet, when we were knocking down the plaster in here and then we got down to the lath, we noticed on this back wall, and it's hard to see, it's really dark, that this plaster and lath looked significantly newer than what was on the walls on the side of the closet. These are the stairs running to the attic. And we just started to wonder why this would have been new, this back wall. So we started thinking, Rob's mom had mentioned to us that the basement access used to be in a closet that's on the landing of our stairs. Let me show you that right now. So this closet right here, this was what we were told was the original access to the basement. And if you open this closet, and it's super spooky. It's dark, the ceiling's high. You can obviously see where you can't see it, but the attic stairs, again, you can see where they run up here. And she said to us many times, like, don't walk on this floor because it's a false floor. We store our Christmas decorations there and it's not an issue. But anyway, we always thought that was weird that the only way to access the basement from inside the house was right here on the landing of the stairs. Okay, so we walk up and then here we are. And that made no sense. So when we were up in that closet and we were knocking all that lath out and noticed that the stuff on the back of the back wall looked new, we started poking around. And we're gonna take another trip out to the outside so that I can tell this story. Okay, so we've established that we have a basement. We've established that the only way to access the basement was through what we thought were stairs on the landing closet. But right here in our foundation, there's a gap, so there's no foundation stones. In the basement, we've done previous videos down there, and I joked that it looked like a body was mortared into the wall, like they'd bricked it up or just mortared over a body, like Edgar Allan's Poe style. What that was the original door to the cellar. So right here, where we're missing those foundation stones, this house would have had an in-ground door, kind of like, I think Wizard of Oz has one, where the doors are here and they open up and then the stairs go down into the basement. And so that opening that's mortared over down there would have been the basement access. So again, that didn't make sense that the only way that there would be stairs inside in the closet on the landing that would give you basement access. That made no sense once I started thinking about it, because this was the only access, so how could that be the access? And if it was the only access, why is it on the landing of the stairs? It just didn't mesh with, I don't know, what I was thinking. So, moving on, we have this door. And when you open this door now, currently, which the doorknob fell off because, you know, we live in an old house. When you open this door currently, this is the current basement access. We got to looking and thinking about that closet. So you can see the stairs. This right here is the floor of that closet I just showed you on the landing. And if you look at the wall behind it, you can see where there were indeed steps coming down. And on this wall, behind the electrical box, you can also see where the steps continued down. What we're thinking is that this was not the access to the basement, obviously. Okay, this wasn't here, this opening. We're thinking it was cut out to make indoor access to the cellar at some point, and that this right here was a back stairway. So instead of opening the door and coming into the basement, you would have opened the door. This would have been solid wood floor, and there's evidence down here. You can see where the original tongue and groove flooring, that's the original wood floor. So it's still there. You can tell it's been cut all the way along this opening of the basement now. So I think this was probably solid wood floor that walked into a little storage area, or I don't know, I'm gonna call it a butler's pantry. I don't know if that's what it would have been, but And instead of this being interior or inside basement access, this would have just been the back stairway. So you would have walked through this door, had the little storage, and then been able to step up right here, boop, 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 turn, boop, 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 go up into the closet. And then once you get in the closet and go this way, upstairs that would have opened up, right here. And then this would have been a landing with a door that opened up into this room, which we believe was most likely a sitting room. And the evidence of that is right here on this chimney. You can see where access to a flue or a stovepipe, whatever you want to call it. So I'm assuming that some little wood stove probably sat here and warmed this room, because there was no such thing as central air or central heat, obviously. So we think what we have here is an original sitting room or parlor room upstairs with a stairway that would have gone down a few stairs to that closet on the landing, turned, and gone down a few more stairs to the basement. These are the attic stairs, and when the drywall's all up, it doesn't make sense. And what kind of got us thinking that this was probably a stairway too is that you've got this window right here, and the stairway for the attic goes straight through it. And nobody in their right mind would have built a house and put a staircase straight through a window. In the basement cellar landing that I just showed you, there's also a window. It's directly above this one. They're in line. You cannot see this, I'm sure, but the lath is cut in the shape of stairs. So we're wondering if at one point there was a stairway to the attic that was just kind of a super narrow, super steep access. And then when they decided to close this closet, or decided to make this into a closet, and in turn this a bedroom, that they just redid the attic stairs and moved them over to make them wider and less steep, and then closed off what again we think was a stairway here and made that a closet on the landing. So I mean, listen, I'm all about having a secret staircase for my butler during my dinner parties. Pretend I live in Downton Abbey. But we're probably not going to put it back in. As neat as that would be, that would eliminate the possibility of a closet in here, and you know, just open up drafts and more space to insulate and drywall. And neat idea. Why they closed it up, I don't know. I'm assuming to modernize the house back in the early 1900s. At some point, going outside to access the basement and to load up coal in the boiler, that probably became a little tiresome and cumbersome. Or they converted from a coal-fired boiler to something less messy. I don't know. Any house historians out there that could enlighten me on this subject? I'm here for you. Let me know. I just thought it was cool. And we won't really know if the stairs are even still there until we get into that closet on the landing when we're at that point in the renovation. So that'll be a while, but I'm interested to see what we have when we bust out that wall and see what's behind it. Good day. I'm back. We have progress on the room. We did not film. Rob was in the zone and just, I don't know, didn't get the camera out. So I thought I'd pop back in here and show you what we've done so far. We have gotten plaster and lath off, obviously. These are foam, I don't even know what you call them. They provide like a gap. So they go up against the wall. You can see like that. And then behind them, it provides a gap. So there's some airflow. So he's gotten all of the room in its entirety lined, with the exception of that wall. Started lining the closet, and insulation has gone up in a few key spots here. So I realize this is an interior wall and we don't have to insulate it, but we are, because this house is drafty and because we can. So I know somebody's gonna make a comment that you don't have to insulate interior walls or it's bad. It's our house. But anyway, remember we had a window right here, and much to my surprise and delight and sheer pleasure, when Rob pulled the insulation out of that space, the window is still there. It's so exciting. Okay, ready? I'm gonna show it to you. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that looks like nothing, but let me hold this up to the light. Folks, that glass is purple. This used to be, so this side would have been on the interior of the closet. There you can see kind of a lavender. I guess we're missing a pane, but that's the interior. This is the money shot. Look at that exterior. People pay lots of money to have old chippy looking things. And I have an actual old chippy looking thing here. So if you don't think this is going up on my wall as some sort of decoration, you'd be wrong. We're either gonna make something to fit here, because I mean, you can't find this glass to replace it, and I don't really feel like searching for glass to replace that one pane. So either make something, I don't know, and put it here, or I will persuade my very crafty decorative friends, sister, somebody, to instruct me what to do. I've already had a couple suggestions, like maybe placing a green wreath, like turning it over, placing a green wreath, and hanging it on the wall. I don't know. But guys, I'm very excited. This is awesome. So, apparently, when I told my mother-in-law that he found the window, she was like, oh yeah, it's in there. Nobody told me. How did they not know I'd be this excited about a window? But I am. Anyway, the plan for the room coming up, we've got some work to do, obviously. Getting some, again, I don't know if Rob's gonna insulate this wall. This is the bathroom, the other side of the bathroom wall, so I'm not sure what he's gonna do there. We did rewire the electrical in here. Didn't film it because really that's the most boring task ever. Next, we're considering, we had talked about drywalling this chimney in. I think we're gonna try to strip the paint off the chimney so that it can just be like bare brick in here. We'll see what happens when we start doing that. We might change our minds real quickly and decide it's not worth it and just drywall over that bad boy. I don't know, we'll see. This right here needs fixed. The big gap opening, that's the attic to our laundry room. Just open to the elements. That might be closed up, I don't know. So, lots of work to do. This weekend, I don't know if we're gonna be doing any of it. Rob's running a stump grinder so that we can grind the big stumps that are left from our trees and get that, kind of put a cap on that project. We're tired of thinking about the trees. I'm sure you're tired of hearing about the trees. So that's the plan. I don't know how much we'll get done in here this weekend, but we are ready to get this room going. I'm more thrilled than anything to get to the point where we can pull the carpet back and see what the floors look like underneath, because I have in my mind a vision of the restored hardwood floors, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make that happen. So we'll see. We're excited. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along with our progress.